Hello, I'm Azai. Welcome to Swan Song. It's always so weird to make an intro for this game because the music just gets so intense. It doesn't, well, it loops, but there's a specific point in time where the game gets so intense. So I feel uncomfortable without loading my game first before making an intro. So that's what I'm gonna do every single time now. But yeah, I haven't played this game in a while. After last episode, I told you guys that I was playing PSO2. I got a bit too addicted. It's been a while since I played a game that got me disaddicted. I'm also playing with friends, so that also helps. But I really need to get my time management, like sorted out. I'm probably gonna do 2 recordings of an episode for Swan Song. Like, it's not like I don't enjoy Swan Song. It's just that playing, I suck at time management, so I can play PSO2 for more than 5 hours or maybe 7 hours and then not touch anything the whole day and then just go to bed. That's like so weird. That's so bad. Like, I can't just do that no more. I gotta like partition my time. But yeah, enough about that. Let's continue Swan Song. I don't remember about what happened much because like I said, I stopped. I stopped a couple of days ago. And I just got back from my nephew's birthday. So I got time for Swan Song. After this, like, I legit will just play PSO2. This is the weekend, so I can just play for however long I want. But yeah, let's continue Swan Song.
Takちゃん、ゆかっちが綺麗だと思わない？ほら見なよ、あのうなじ。実にそそられるじゃないか。
Tano-san is holding a cup of sake in one hand as he messes with me. I'm also drinking sake as I nod ambiguously. Yuka-san is wearing a kimono and has her hair pinned up. She's always beautiful, but this is also beautiful in its own way. This is Japanese beauty. The white Japanese socks are dazzling. Having her wear a kimono amidst white snow makes her elegant like a flower. It's fascinating. So, let me try to remember what happened the last time. I think there was like a hot spring episode. And the doctor died. And this is right after, right? I think so. We chased after a few villains, or not villains, more like people who burned down the hospital. It's so strange that they would burn down the hospital and not just take the food. Well, I guess I don't know, maybe they were desperate. I don't think people would normally try to kill other people first, right? They'd try stealing first before doing something as cruel as murder. But yeah, let's continue.
すごく上品な着物ですね。私なんかが着せてもらって本当にいいんですか?
She smiled in embarrassment, and that looks beautiful too. How wonderful. A smile naturally comes to my face. How can someone's appearance stir up someone's emotions so much?
古い着物でどうかと思ったんだけれど、佐々木さんが来たら映えるわね。やっぱり美人は得ね。
Saito-san, who let her borrow the kimono and helped her put it on, is watching in admiration. Today is coming of age day. There are many students here at the shelter, and there are a decent number of us becoming adults today. So there is a small ceremony being held under the many canopies in the schoolyard. There are no speeches by higher-ups, and it's just like a normal party. The only difference is that the girls who are becoming adults are wearing kimonos, but merely having the girls wear something different is enough to make me happy. I see a few guys wearing haori and hakama, but I really don't care about that.
まったく、ゆかっちは羨ましいことだね。
Kawase-san is drinking sake sullenly. She's drinking at a fast pace.
みんなに綺麗綺麗って言われちゃってさ、そりゃ綺麗ですわよね。背も高いしさ、スタイルもいいしさ。
何言ってるのひばり。
あら、美人に声をかけていただいて恐悦至極に存じますわ。
もう
そんなすねなくたってひばりちゃんも十分可愛いし目立ってるよ。
Tano-san mediates.
そ
うん、七五さんみたい。
言うと思ったよ、ワンパターン。もっとオリジナリティのあること言えないの？
Kawase-san coldly stares at Tanomura-san.
おお、怖い怖い。今日は成人式なんだろう。もうひばりちゃんも大人なんだからさ、そんなすぐに怒っちゃダメだよ。プンスカしてるから可愛く見えちゃうんだって。それは見てくれじゃなくて態度なんだよ。ほら、ゆかっちはちゃんと落ち着いてるじゃないか。あれが大人の振る舞いってやつだね。見習わなきゃ。
それはゆかっちが老けてるだけだよ。
Kawase-san sounds angry, and she doesn't even look in Yuka-san's direction.
あなたはなんてこと言うのよ。
Yuka-san sighs.
僕はどうでしょう。同い年ですけど。
クワガタクワガタはね、老けてる老けてないっていうか、はい残念やり直しって感じ。人生をだよ。
人生やり直し。
それよりねえ、司はどこ行ったの？
Man, the more I think about it, the more I'm basically Kuwagata or Takuma right now. Like, Takuma was playing an MMO before the earthquake, right? And I'm basically like him. This is ridiculous. But I don't care though, it's fun. Playing an MMO after not playing for one in years is so much fun.
そういえば見てないな。
今日はピアノの練習をするとか言って朝から校舎の方に行ってたわよ。
Oh. Oh, sorry about that. Had to sneeze. Thank God I mute the mic.
一人で何してんのよ。私の晴れ着姿を見に来ないなんて許せないよ。
なんだかんだ言ってひばりいつも通り浮かれてるのね。
悪い？
悪くはないけれどそんな敵意をむき出しにしないでよ。
だってさ。
佐々木さん、こっちお醤油が足りない。
Yuka-san goes with that. It looks like she's having trouble walking because of the kimono.
今日くらい仕事しなくてもいいのにな。
まったくどこでも引っ張りだこだわね。
あらら、着物姿のままベーコンを切り始めちゃったよ。料理する気かな。いい奥さんになりそうだな。
だとしたら誰の奥さんになるのかしらね。もう決まってるのかな。
Kawase-san casts a sidelong glance at me. She's making fun of me, and she has no intention of hiding it. She's so ill-natured, and how can she pick on the weak? I'm sad. Didn't she say she was going to side with the weak? No, I know it's wrong to criticize Kawase-san. I ponder. First of all, it does no good to expect something out of Kawase-san when I haven't done anything myself. I have to do something first. Love isn't something you accomplish with someone's help. It's something you have to achieve yourself. That must be what Kawase-san wants to tell me. Even if it isn't, I'll assume that's the case. It probably isn't Kuwagata. But sure. I take a deep breath. The heat of the alcohol burns my throat.
決めました。
Kawase-san chews on some cashew nuts as she looks up at me. The previous conversation has ended, and it seems like she was talking to Tano-san about something different. But I don't care.
今日のこの成人の日を境に一皮むけたニュークワガタとして生まれ変わることにしました。
That's what they all say. Or, no, usually it's New Year's when people say, I'm gonna be someone new. But after a few months, they stop.
ニュークワガタ？
Kawase-san frowns as she looks at
な
me.
んか子供向けの SF に出てくる昆虫ロボットの名前みたいだね。メタリックな銀色の。
Tano-san is laughing.
ですね、気がついたんです。世の中がこんなに変わったんだから人も変わらないといけないんですよ。これまでと同じような調子じゃいけないんだ。
I don't know. Sometimes it's okay to not change. Sometimes, though. Sometimes.
今日は成人の日だからちょうどいいじゃないですか。成人式はただ集まって 騒ぎはしゃぐためのものじゃないんだ。人間はやっぱり成人の日をきっかけに子供から大人へと進歩しなくちゃいけないんです。素晴らしい日なんだ。ジャングルの部族だったら子供が大人になるその日は死ぬような儀式をしたりするんです。そんな神聖な成人の日に問題を起こして逮捕されるやつなんかみんな死ねばいいんです。
The hell?
本当に醜いですよ。
どうしたの？酔ったのか？それとも脳の病気か？
Kawasa-san hits my head and it shakes my brain.
いやひばりちゃん、タクちゃんが言ってることは正しいよ。前半部分はそうともタクちゃん、人間は進歩だよ。それは人生の真実だ。頑張れ。
Tano-san grabs my shoulder and shakes my body. I continue.
そうですよね。人生は失敗を恐れず挑戦していかないといけないんです。僕は今まで臆病すぎたんです。変わることに怯えていたんです。だからダメだったんだ。今日からは決して逃げません。正面から勝負を挑みますよ。
そうだねタクちゃん。飲みなよ。大人の男になったタクちゃんに乾杯しよう。
はい、飲みます。
よくわかんないけど、飲むならじゃあこれも飲んでよ。
Taku-san and Kawase-san are congratulating me and keep pouring me sake. I drink it all like a man. The scenery warps, but what of it? The warped scenery has nothing to do with me, as I'm a new man. I want to change. I've always wanted to. I kept on putting it off, and I ended up like this. I talk about what my ideals are, but I never struggled to get near them. I was only afraid, and I didn't have the courage to reach out disgracefully. I have to change no matter what now. I can't stay like this. You know, this is pretty relatable, what Takuma's feeling. Like, the motives might be different, like, his motives is love. But, I could definitely understand his point of view, or why he wants to change. I've done multiple times where I wanted to change, but I never put in enough effort, and I just go back to how I was before. I don't know. I don't know if this is, in the end, a good thing or not, but I don't think I've changed all that much. The worst thing about me is that I don't have the courage to do something, even if I think it's right. I have to do it if I believe it's right. I look oddly and talk oddly. So, if on top of that, I doubt accomplishing anything, it's really stupid. I don't want to die miserable. Oh, the sake is really good. I just realized something. Yes, people need to work harder. It has to be the same for everyone else. Even though people have ideals, how many people are there that thoroughly act on them? It's meaningless unless you act out on it. Everyone needs to change. Let's change with me. Life's short. You'll die soon like this. Are you fine as you are? No, right? Then let's do it. Let's do it. Stand up, people.
見て見て見て、なんか面白いよ。演説始めた。
Kawase-san is laughing happily. She must be congratulating me as I'm aspiring to become a reliable man. People are gathering. Everyone's looking at me with a smile. Good timing. Please listen to me. Please understand my feelings. You're not a stupid politician. What the hell, Kawagata-san? First of all, Japanese people nowadays are only good at criticism and irony. But that's no good. The world praises cleverly criticizing others. Don't you think this is what's corrupting the society? Being cynical about everything, criticizing, condemning, and sneering. Don't you think it's sad that this is what people think is cool? Throwing mud at their own goals, laughing at it, spoiling themselves, and hysterically laughing at it as being degenerate. He makes a good point, but I don't like the fact that this is because he's drunk. I think he's drunk. It's kind of undermining the situation. But I do agree with his points, like I said. Don't you think this is stupid? People pretend to be smart when they're not. You don't have to be smart. I'm not smart at all. Why is that? Why is everyone doing things like that? I'm sure nobody wants to deny anything if they can help it. I'm sure they want to affirm each other. So why? I think that formal education is responsible for all this. First of all, I never liked the schooling system we had. That was crazy. Don't you think it was strange? I can't forgive it.
おお、社会問題に言及し始めたぞ。
I mean, it's so unclear. People tell you to study and you get a good grade. But people say studying isn't everything and academic background isn't what the world's about. Then what is it? What do I have to do to have people praise me? Do I not have to do anything? They say develop individuality. So does that mean you can do whatever you want? But that's not good, right? They always tell you not to do selfish things. Then tell us no from the first place. Tell us in the beginning that there's no value in individuality. And they're also lying when they say it's fair. I don't understand how it's fair for everyone. Even if they're skilled or unskilled. Or if they work hard or don't work hard. Are we talking about Neverland here? The unreasonable fairness where you're treated the same as everyone else, even when you work hard, only makes people's work meaningless. You have to praise people who do something. Of course, nobody would do anything. This is sickening. Oh, everyone's watching me. This feels really good. First of all, if everyone's equal, then why have I never had a girlfriend? I don't like where this is going, Kuwagata-san, but sure. There are people of my age who are dating 2 or 3 people at once, but my lover has always been my computer. Computers aren't human. Did you know that? It's only a machine. Do you understand what it feels like to like it? It's because people won't bother with me. That's why it's the computer. Do you call this fair? What part of fairness has been given to me? The school hasn't taught me anything. It's crazy. If I'm a worm, I wish they told me earlier. The adults should have all known, right? Then why did you lie to me that I could do it if I tried? The only thing teachers taught me was that teachers don't teach anything. It's too bad a joke. You should have told me that it's meaningless to try. That's something you should teach during ethics. Tell me that it's useless for me to try.
おお、なんかかわいそうな話になってきたぞ。
I don't know in the US, but over here in Indonesia, we don't have ethics. We don't have ethics at all. I mean, when you go to college, I guess there's some sort of degree of ethics, but it only applies for when you try to do some research. There's ethical things you have to abide by if you don't want to do something unethical. Like, give a form of consent if you want to give questionnaires. Give a form of consent when you want to do some experiment to people that are going to be your subjects, etc. But nothing all-encompassing like the general view of ethics. No, none of that. Oh, I've realized. I didn't want them to tell me that I'm not a piece of trash, or that I can do it if I try. I didn't want them to lie, but to tell me that I'm trash, but that it's still okay for me to live. Yeah, that's right. I just realized it right now. I realized it. That's amazing. It's amazing. Isn't it amazing? So I'm going to live on. It's okay for me to live.
そうだ、頑張れクワガタ。
That's actually a pretty motivating speech. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're a piece of trash or whatever. As long as you don't hurt anyone in the process, people are allowed to live. You might not be liked by a lot of people, but that's okay. Fuck them. Don't care about them, right? I'll stop crying all the time. Earthworms, mole crickets, and I are all alive. We're all friends. Actually, I'm human. This is true. Did you know that? Tolstoy said that humans seek happiness. If that's true, I'm human. So I should have been given life to obtain that big sun shining over our heads. And everybody in the world can hope for more happiness. This is a painful world we live in, but we shouldn't give up.
たくまさん、かっこいいわ。素敵。
I don't think anyone's actually listening to what he's saying. But he's just getting so excited that they're doing this. I hate it when people do this, but I guess who can blame them, Stand up, people.
それさっき言ってたぞ。
Then, people are pigs. Anyway, I have to lead all the people who've lost hope. I'll keep working hard until it's possible. And once I become a great man, I'll first discontinue all the fashion magazines that create discrimination based on appearances, and people who do terrible things like cheating or affairs. I'll put them in one place. Use Zyklon B and... What's a Zyklon B? I have no memory of anything after that. Poor guy, dude. Before I realize, I'm sleeping in the gym. The sun has set and everybody is out in the schoolyard, making a fire and being merry. I recall what I said and realize that it's really embarrassing. I've said a bit too much. It may not even be just a bit too much, but I wasn't lying. I don't really remember though. The only ones in this gym right now are patients confined to beds, nurses tending them, and an old woman. That's probably a sutra. The old woman rubs her Buddhist rosary in her hands while quietly chanting a sutra. Yup. Some of the patients who were transferred here from the hospital died in this shelter, despite all the efforts of the doctors and the nurses. She would go find a stone every time someone died and place it by her pillow. She would recite the sutra 3 times after waking up and before going to bed. She does it every single day, and it's like a feature in this gym now. It's gloomy and a nuisance to others to loudly recite the sutra early in the morning and late at night. So her family wanted her to stop, but she wouldn't. She'd cry if they forced her. She said that she's afraid of the curses of the ones who died in regret. I get scared too if I hear things like that. Nobody says it, but everyone knows that she's gone crazy. She's composed as long as she's reciting the sutra, so people are letting her be. I have a headache. I think I drank too much. Even though I decided to become a man starting today, it's not just like I can change instantly. To be more accurate, just deciding on it may not change anything. I still have a headache and a bad stomach after drinking too much. Yup, I haven't changed at all. But I'm prepared. I think I am. I should be able to do it starting today. I hope that's the case. I get up and stagger out the back door. I want to go pee. I pee in the back. In front of me is the school building. I look up and see that a room has its lights on. Someone's in a music classroom. It's probably Tsukasa-kun. Is he still practicing? But how can Tsukasa-kun stay so cool all the time? Did he attain it by working hard at music? I read manga and books with all my effort. But what would that count? I guess not. I know. I know. But I want to be calm all the time, just like him. I'm sure Yuka-san likes that part about him. Yuka-san. It hurts me to say that in my head. I'm getting depressed. I shouldn't be remembering Yuka-san. My emotion's too great, and it's too early for me. It's too heavy. I'll die. I take a deep breath. But it's so unfair. I heard that Tsukasa-kun's elegant and nice, so he's also popular with other women. They say his strangeness is eccentric and cute. What is that? People have called me strange, but nobody has told me I'm cute. They say I'm weird and look at me like they want to spit. Why is that? Why? Someone tell me. It's hopeless. Why is there such a difference? I wish he'd at least give me Yuka-san. I know I'm no good because I give up and laugh like this. I know. I won't give up. I won't fall into despair. I'm going to ask Tsukasa-kun for a secret. Make it mine and make myself better. I'm going to change. I will make myself change. Yeah. Alright. I'm going to go talk to Tsukasa-kun. The final opportunity is in my enemy's hand. No pain, no gain. If you know the enemy and know yourself, your victory will not stand in doubt. Even the wise sometimes go near danger. Is that Sun Tzu? I entered a school building. It's dark and cracked everywhere. I would have been scared if I was sober, but I don't feel anything probably because I'm still drunk. I can't afford to feel anything anyway. If Tsukasa-kun overcame this to go to the music classroom, I have to overcome it too. I go up the stairs. The music classroom is before my eyes. I don't hear the piano. It's quiet. Is he taking a break? The door to the classroom has been removed. I stand in front of the room and peek inside. There's no one there. There's a flashlight on top of the piano. That's strange. Is he not here? Did he go back? That's when I hear sounds from the preparation room next door. I peek inside. I hope this is not Tsukasa and Yuka having sex or something. Dear Lord, if it is, I'm gonna have to, edit it out. The hell? Oh my god! Oh. I'm gonna have to edit this out, aren't I? Tsukasa-kun's sitting in a chair in the back. My eyes meet his eyes. He raises his hand to greet me, so I smile back at him. Yuka-san is kneeling down by his feet. Yuka-san has her back to me and is facing Tsukasa-kun. Her head is by Tsukasa-kun's crotch, moving back and forth. Tsukasa-kun has his pants down. Yuka-san is giving Tsukasa-kun a blowjob. She's so absorbed that she doesn't notice I'm here. I'll see you guys in a few seconds. Is this like a hallucination? I mean, if this is, if that was all that was shown, I guess I can leave it in. It's not like you guys showed, saw the CG. I manage to creep out of the room. I make it down the stairs when I feel the urge to vomit. I can't bear it. But they'll notice it when they come back if I throw up here. The two will probably continue after this. She'll say things like these. Ah! Shut the fuck up. Okay, Kuwagata. Wow, that sounds fun. I've never done it before, but I hear it is. They'll be filled with happiness and satisfaction over everything. Then find my vomit. It was good. You're the best. They feel great when they find my vomit. Selfishly being there without anybody's permission. That's like me myself. A disgraceful sight that's out of place. Ugly desperateness without meaning. That's my vomit. I can't vomit here. I try to run, but I can't hold it in any longer. I quickly open my coat and pull the collar off my shirt, then throw up into the space created in between the shirt and my stomach. A sour smell rises up. A soft, warm liquid wets my chest and stomach. I throw up everything, then start walking. The vomit is collected above my belt. The liquid seeps in with every step I take. My underwear eventually gets soaked. My crotch is covered in vomit and feels nasty. Ew. What makes it even nastier is that my dick is stiff because... Oh, are you kidding me? That's so disgusting. A few hours later... The wind isn't that strong, but it's snowing harder now. It's a dark night. I'm standing by the school entrance. My bare face and lips are stiff like leather. I rub my freezing face. I'm the watch, but I'm not functioning as one. The binoculars I found are only a weight hanging around my neck. Even if I use the flashlight, I can't see far because of the terrible snow.
Yo, Taku-chan, genki?
Tano-san is smiling. I don't know whose it is, but around his neck is a muffler with a pleat on the end.
元気じゃないです。
そうみたいだね。
He opens a thermos bottle and pours me a black liquid into the lid. Pour me some black liquid into the lid. The aroma of coffee rises up to my nose. I sniffle as I take a sip.
どうかしたの？今日は休憩だったはずなのに、いきなり4番をやりたいだなんてさ。
別に何も。
成人式で結構お酒飲んでたじゃない。休んでた方がいいのに。
今日は眠れそうにないですから。
そうなんだ。
My heart's hurting too badly. I only found out about what lovers naturally do. I wasn't hit or physically affected. I only perceived information. So why does my heart hurt so badly? Information does not have a material body, but pain has an actual feeling. It's like magic. Magic is a good word for dreams, but I should call it a curse in this case. I was cursed by that spectacle. Yuka-san's movement is engraved in my head and I can't shake it out. I can close my eyes, but it's meaningless against what's in my head. I can see it behind my eyelids. I can't do anything but stare into the snowing darkness. Tano-san takes out a cigarette, tries to light it with his lighter, but can't. Is he going to smoke in this heavy snow? He tries several times, but he can't get it to light.
雪降ってるの忘れてた。
He smiles bitterly and puts his cigarette away. As expected of him. I wish I had nerves like him.
でもこの生活いつまで続くんですかね。
ん？どうしたの突然。
なんとなく疲れちゃって。
いつまでかはわからないよ。それは誰にもわからない。
See, this is like, one of the reasons why I think love truly is unneeded in, like, the human life. Or at least, like, love that is, that's like, not familial love, nor friend love. Something that's a bit more egotistical. Love for a lover, right? The human love, the body love, the passionate love. It can be a source of power, true, if you find the right someone that gives you love back, I suppose. But if you break your heart in a process like this, I don't know. Like, I could understand why love could be beneficial, like I said. But, is it worth risking your life or... Not life, I guess. Is it worth risking getting hurt? I don't think it outweighs the benefits. In my opinion, anyway. So... I also feel pity, I guess, for people that are like Kuwagata-san here. But then again, I'm also blaming him because you are the one that has this crazy expectations that someone you love is gonna love you back. But once you know that someone you love loves someone else, you instantly turn into a corner and become like this. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. I know Tano-san is right. We're closed in by snow, surrounded by ruins, and we're barely surviving. There's no hope. I know. I really do know, but...
まあ、あまり焦らないでいた方がいいと思うよ。難しいかもしれないけどさ。まず何よりも今日、そして明日だよ、タクちゃん。
Tano-san says he'll go check out the other people on watch and leaves. The black darkness feels good. I wish it would melt me into it. The night ends and it's starting to get light. The eastern sky turns whiter, but it's too bad that there's no brightness of the rising sun. But I follow my habit of greeting the rising sun and hold my hands together in a prayer. I know that nothing good comes out of praying though. It's a habit taught to me by my grandmother. Oh, I wonder what she's doing now. What happened to the countryside? I'm sure this earthquake is on the news. She may think I'm dead. I'm like the unnamed soldier who dies from a stray shot in the beginning of war movies, but I'm still alive for some strange reason. Would I be able to go back there? I want to go back. I want to live where there are only children and old people. Young people only hurt me. What is this? And this is right after I decided to work hard because I'm becoming an adult. But I'm discouraged already. This isn't good. I know this isn't good, but I don't like this sort of mentality, okay, Kuwagata? Like I said, the problem was not you're trying to put the blame on someone else. Well, this is clearly a you problem. I hope I feel better in a few days. I finish the night watch and head to the canopy in the schoolyard to eat breakfast. The early risers woke up before the day broke and prepared breakfast for everyone. It takes a lot of work to prepare food for everyone here. I have the utmost respect for the women who are cooking with a smile. Yuka-san wakes up early, works more than anybody, smiles at everyone, doesn't show any weakness, and never complains. She's really amazing. Just amazing.
徹夜で見張り、お疲れ様です。
Yuka-san smiles at me and hands me some steaming miso soup.
はい。
I'm self-conscious and can't look at her straight in the face. It's a bit hard for me. I don't really know since there weren't that many women around me. But how do people act in these situations? I know there aren't many people who see others having sex, but it must be often that the woman in front of you is having sex with someone you know. Wouldn't you be conscious of it? I don't think I'd know how to act even if it wasn't Yuka-san, whom I love. Even if I didn't know how to act, I don't think I would have been able to follow through on it. My legs are shaking. I'm scared. I keep thinking and try to get my mind off of reality. More people appear before I realize. I move out of their way, squat in the corner, and drink the miso soup. My nose is running, so I can't take my handkerchief away from it.
おらおら、背中がしょぼくれてるぞバカ野郎。
Something hits my curled back. I turn around to see Kawase-san, who is happily stepping on me.
こんなところで小さくなってると踏んじゃうぞ。
はい。
というかもう踏んでるよ。
そうですね。
なんか司みたいな死体みたいな返事だな。大丈夫か？二日酔い？
司くんみたいだなんて。そんな。あ、僕なんかに構ってくれてありがとうございます。
なんか気持ち悪いな。
Kawase-san stops stepping on me. I feel a bit sad.
ゆかさんと司くんには僕の分まで幸せになってほしいです。
どうしたの？本当に病気なの？
川瀬さんも幸せになってくださいね。僕、みんなのことが大好きです。
うげ。頼むら、クワガタが。
I sigh after Kawase-san leaves. Just don't do anything dumb, please, Kwagata. The topic at the meeting of the administrative department tonight is about fuel. The most important fuel right now is kerosene. It's valuable because it's often used for things such as stoves and starting fires. We still have lots, but it'll be a disaster if we run out. That's why we're strictly managing it by checking both the amount acquired and the amount distributed. The actual decrease is greater than recorded, so we're talking about how this is strange. Somebody must be stealing some. If that's the case, we'll have to have people watch where we keep the kerosene. But that may be too much security. Ida-san thinks that we need minimum security, but does not want to put too many people with weapons on guard because it may have a bad effect on the people at the shelter. He thinks that it may create a gap between the people of the administrative department and everybody else. That's why he wants to keep it to a minimum. We do have a limited number of people after all. Ida-san has such considerations probably because he used to be in the self-defense force. I don't think so.
灯油はでも一番大事じゃないですか。それにいずれにせよもう物騒な世の中だと思うんです。ここで病院で起こったようなことが起きたら、それこそ取り返しがつかない。中途半端なことをするよりははっきりとした意思を示した方がいいような。それに問題はそのことだけじゃないです。
どういうことだい？
Ida-san asks me.
病院の人を収容してから避難所内のトラブルが増えてますよね。以前からあった個人のわがままも最近は度を超えたものがあるようです。このままいったらきっと問題を起こす人も出てきますよ。その前に普段から明確な威力を示していれば、そういった内部の不安要素に対しても抑止効果があるんじゃないですか。それでみんなの安全が保たれるなら、僕らが多少嫌われたっていいと思うんです。
Makes sense to me. Everyone looks at my face. Did I say something strange? But I want to change. I don't want to live miserably anymore. My heart is cold.
まあ正論だね。
Tano-san nods.
あまり楽しいことではないけれど、いずれはそういったことも必要だろうね。
だが
Ida-san starts talking, but Tano-san stops him with his eyes.
でも今はまだ早いよタクちゃん。それは本当にどうしようもなくなってからだよ。とりあえず今は灯油の周りにちょっと見張りを増やすだけでいいんじゃないかな。
Okay. Also a sound argument. I'm not saying that I want to do something right away, but I don't think the people at the shelter will naturally gain morality if we leave them be. The situation will only get worse with time. There's no factor that would make it better with time. We'll eventually need the mental attitude I talked about for sure when the anxiety increases. It's too late to think of something at the 11th hour, so I merely wanted to mention it in advance. It's not like I had a special request. If they'll do it later, I think that's fine. In the end, we decide to add watch to the kerosene storage in addition to the place people sleep in. The ones in charge tonight are Tano-san and I. We're both standing beside the building made of concrete blocks. We're standing under the roof so we won't be covered in snow. Tano-san is smoking and I'm warming my hands using my breath.
タノさん、
I pick up the flashlight.
僕ら隠れてませんか？
ん？
灯油を誰かが盗んでいるなら、僕たちが隠れてたらのこのこと出てくるんじゃないで
That's
すか。
true.
捕まえましょうよ。
ずいぶんアグレッシブな意見だね。でも俺たちがここでこうして立ってることで十分防げるんじゃないかな。わざわざ穴を仕掛けて捕まえなくてもいいと思うよ。
That's also true. That's also true. But I kind of agree more with Kuwagata's way of thinking because at the end of the day, shouldn't people that are guilty be exposed of their crimes? You know? Rather than just being told off and said not do it again?
タノさんらしくないな。
そうかな。だってさ、もし盗んでるのが避難所の中の人だったら気まずいよね。
でも、そんなみんなの輪を乱すような人だったら、早めに見つけておかないと。
I agree. It's not that I only want to capture the thief. If the kerosene thief is going to appear, it'll probably be when he doesn't know that this place is guarded. He wouldn't come if he finds out that there are guards here. If he does come in spite of that, it'll be after he comes up with a clever tactic. So I really don't want him coming then. That's true. Like I said, that's why there's a likelihood he would appear tonight, because we just decided to start guarding this place. And there's a good chance we can catch him. The kerosene is being stolen every day after all. All things considered, today's the best day for us to do something. Tano-san takes a drag.
それもそうだね。
He nods.
じゃあ、
ただ、もし知ってる人だったら、俺たちだけの話にして他の人には黙ってよ。タクちゃんはそれで OK？
No.
はい。
I don't know about this. Thus, we hide in the darkness. Time passes by while we hold our breath.
これで誰も来なかったら、俺らなんかバカみたいだね。
Never be too careful, you know?
きっと来ますよ。
まあ、来ないなら来ない方がいいんだけどね。どうも誤解されてるようだけど、俺は本来平和主義者なんだよ。
I think he's actually telling the truth. He doesn't like using force that much. Tano-san smiles wryly. But Tano-san, the pacifist... Tano-san, the pacifist's wish goes in vain, and the thief appears. Climbing over the destroyed wall, figures appear from outside. There are two figures, neither holding a light.
部外者か。
Tano-san narrows his eyes and tries to observe the figures. I strain my eyes too, but I can only see blur since I don't have good eyesight. The figures look around as they approach the shed containing the kerosene. It's a small building made of concrete blocks, and it was originally a structure where the school kept its kerosene and stoves.
タクちゃん、ビンゴだ。
Tano-san whispers and grips his metallic stick.
ビンゴ？
こないだの病院のあれをやった連中だよ。追いかけていってみたろ。よくまだこの辺をうろうろしてられるもんだね。今日はきっちりと捕まえよう。死者の恨みを晴らしてやんなきゃ。
Tano-san says something dangerous, but his eyes are gentle like always.
飛び出しますか？
いや、今は警戒してるから飛び出してもすぐに逃げられちゃうかもしれない。それに連中は3人いたはずだから、もう1人が近くで警戒してるかもしれないし。
じゃあどうするんですか？
ここは黙っていて、あいつらが帰っていくのを追跡する。ほら見なよ、今日はポリタンクなんか持っていこうとしてるぜ。あれなら後をつけるなんて簡単だよ。
でも 僕たちは2人ですよ。
相手の人数が多すぎるようなら後でまた考えてもいいけれど、油断しているところを狙うならこれくらいの人数差はなんともないよ。とにかく相手の隠れ家を見つけたい。いいかな。
わかりました。
Tanomura is so smart, man. He's a bit too smart, holy shit. He's so dependable. The two young men wearing fancy clothes each carry a pulley tank over their shoulder while they go over the fence. The wind isn't that strong, but it's enough to silence our footsteps. First of all, we're not making much sound since we're walking in snow. And the sky is pitch black without any light. They won't find us as long as we watch out for breaking something or falling into a hole. Even though I know that, I'm still nervous. It's hard to keep the right distance too. We lose them if we're too far away. And they'll notice us if we get too close. My heart is pounding, and I think Tano-san might notice it since he's walking next to me. We're getting further away from the school, and the light from the gym is only a small sparkle when I turn around. Then they turn and walk off in a direction people usually wouldn't go. Soft snow is piled up. The shallow parts only come up to my knees, but some places come up to my waist. The ones in front of us are having trouble too, as they're setting down the tanks and resting occasionally. They must be relaxed now that they're away from the school. They're talking loudly and I can pick up their voices since they're carried by the wind.
たくめんどくせえな。なんで俺がこんなことしなきゃいけねえんだよ。
I hear one of them speak.
これだけ持ってくれば当分はゆっくり引きこもれるぜ。そしたら楽しもうぜ。
ち、俺も残って見張りやりたかったよ。
じゃんけんで負けたんだから仕方ないじゃん。文句言うなよ。
They put their tanks down and stretch out. We hide in the snow just in case.
くそ。あいつ今頃一人で楽しんでんだろうな。
So they're trading kerosene for sex? I mean, that's like the most obvious thing.
帰ったらまたやりゃいいじゃんか。
そうだな。
俺はあいつ飽きたな。もう片付けちゃって明日また別なの連れてこようぜ。
Man, one of people's base desires are just so fucked up, you know? The two laugh.
早くつかねえかな。やりたくなってきたよ。たまんねえ。
そんなこと言うから俺もたまんなくなってきたじゃんか。
They pick up the tanks and start walking again. I can feel my heart getting cold as I listen. I get a strange feeling. So, is this what it means to hate someone from the bottom of your heart? I've never gotten this angry before. It's an emotion filled with stable silence, and it's much easier than condemning myself. Violent power fills my body. They eventually enter an abandoned factory. I see a faint, familiar logo on the gate. It's a soy sauce company. If they showed the CG or whatever, you know what I'm gonna do. Old crumbling buildings are standing within the dark premises surrounded by a fence. The main buildings were destroyed by the earthquake, but the damage looks natural even without the earthquake. That's how old and worn out the place is. The paint is chipping off everywhere, and the exposed reinforced steel is covered with rust, making it look like blistered skin. A huge cylindrical tank has collapsed into the snow. Many iron pipes have bent and are covered in snow like barren trees in winter. The men pass in between and under them to go to the back. They then enter a building made of concrete.
中は音がよく反響しそうだね。
Tano-san peeks inside from the entrance, then turns around. He's right. The floor and walls are made of concrete, and even a small sound would echo through the building.
しかしよくもまあこんな込み入ったところに住み着いてるもんだ。一応他者の侵入を警戒してるのかな。
やりにくいですね。一旦帰って人を呼んできますか。
だね。万全を期すならその方が。
Tano-san is speaking when... I'm gonna see you guys after the scene. Hopefully they don't show it, but I'm gonna be quiet, okay?
泣いてやがる。助かると思ってんのかなこいつ。バカじゃねえの。
ほんと頭悪いな。おめえはここで俺らに殺されるのに決まってるじゃん。
わかんないのかな。そこに転がってるやつ見ろよ。俺たちが何するか大体分かってんだろ。どうして自分だけは特別に助かるとか思えるかね。
わがままな子だ。 いけないな。
やめてください。お願いです。何でもしますから。
なんでも何してくれるんだ？
何でも望むことなら。
お前に望むことなんかねえよ。ははははは。
泣いてんじゃねえよ。じゃあしゃぶるか。少なくとも俺が気持ちいい間は生きられるぞ。
私に舐めさせてください。お願いします。
だけど引き伸ばそうとして手を抜きやがったら終わりにするからな。真剣にやるんだぞ。まあ言った後のことは保証しねえけどな。
俺はどうも退屈だな。何しよっかな。じゃあ背中にナイフ刺してもいい？こうぐさっとさ。あはは、泣いてる。いいね。その表情はいいよ。僕ちゃん勃起しちゃった。じゃあ入れてやろっかな。
お前ら二人ともよくそんなんできるな。もうそいつ汚くなってるじゃん。俺はできねえよ。
まあせっかく開通してやったんだし、本人が気持ちよくなるまでは使ってやりたいじゃん。メイドの土産ってやつ？
おっと、俺の舐めたまま泣くなよ。噛むところだったじゃねえか。ただでさえ下手くそなんだから気入れてやれよ。
ほら、こっちも腰振れよ。俺動くのだるいんだよ。
Okay, hopefully that's the end of the CG, but holy shit. So during the whole rape scene, we hear a lot of Takuma's, or yeah, I'm just gonna call him Takuma. Takuma's like inner monologue. He's like disgusted at himself because he thinks that the scene was not as bad as when he saw Yuka-san was having sex with Tsukasa, and that he actually thought about killing these guys, but also paralyzed because he might be killed in the process. And the fact that he wants to kill these guys is not because he wants to save the girl, but more so he would have a guilty conscience if he doesn't do anything to try to save the girl. But even at the end of the day, after thinking that, he does nothing until this point and keeps thinking, like, if only Tano-san was here, like, you know, he would resolve the situation a lot easier than him. But yeah, hopefully the CG is gone and we can continue the story, but that was, like, as much of a sex scene as that was, there weren't a lot of text between the girls and also the guys. It was mostly just Kuwagata-san's monologue, and it was actually interesting. But I hate the fact that you can't blur out the CG in this game. That was actually a pretty interesting read. This town has less people now, so each of our roles is much less important. Much more important. My dirty nature would probably pollute this weak world. First of all, the mistake was that someone like me survived when the earthquake occurred, and when many people died. If I can take at least one of them with me, Tano-san will probably save the girl. Then a better person will stay in this world in my place. Is that what you mean by throwing a shrimp to catch a whale? I think it's a wonderful idea. Isn't it a good idea, considering me? I try to force a smile when the tip of the bar pierces into the man who was about to turn around. He deflected the tip, but it wasn't enough to redirect the bar. My force is enough to make the bar pierce through him, and I can't stop it and roll onto the other side. Oh, shit. I turn around, still on my butt, and see that he is crouching with his face on the ground. The bar has pierced through his side, and is sticking out of his back. It looks like a meat on a stick. I missed the center, but he shouldn't be able to do anything now.
Yatta!
I scream. I can feel my face smiling. I fulfilled my role. He's convulsing and moaning.
大丈夫か？
His friend calls out, unable to hide his shock. A red puddle spreads below him. He grimaces and cries.
おい平気かよ
The two are flustered. Demand doesn't answer but moans. He's gasping for breath. My happiness quietly cools down at the sight. I forgot about it. That man is human too. I suddenly get scared of what I did. I don't regret it. I don't think I did something wrong, but I'm scared. The two men start walking towards me with anger in their faces, but I can't stand up because of fear. No, it's not like I'm trying to stand up and beat them. I don't have a weapon. Even if I'm to run away, a wall is behind me and the exit is behind them. They're both holding knives. Even if I fight back in this situation, my end probably wouldn't change by much. I know. But I have the responsibility of buying more time until Tano-san arrives. I throw anything that touches my hand. I don't know what I threw, but it hits them and shatters. So I realize that I'm throwing empty bottles. There must be lots of empty bottles since this was a soy sauce factory. But they aren't much of a weapon. I can't expect much other than slowing them down. The two silently draw near, even while covered with glass shards. They're glaring at me. What vicious eyes. They're like wild beasts. So, one thing I forgot to mention is that while they were having sex, there was also another girl with her body severed. So, that was also what scared Kuwagata-san into helping her the first time.
よくもやりやがってね
He smiles happily when I almost come into the knife's range. His friend was stabbed and he's cornering the one who did it, but he's smiling. The moment I think that he's a detestable guy.
お待たせ。結局裏回れなかったよ。ごめん。
Tano-san appears and scratches his head apologetically. What a fucking badass. This guy's a fucking badass.
あ、君らその子俺の連れなんだ。悪いこと言わないからその光り物しまってくれないかな。
Tano-san speaks in a cheerful voice, unsuited for this place. The men turn around and falter. Tano-san's attitude is that bizarre. Tano-san signals me using his chin. My body has gotten light with his appearance, so I get up and distance myself. The two turn around to me, but cannot move since Tano-san is behind them.
なんだお前は
The man raises his voice.
残念だけど、クズどもに名乗る名前はないな。
Tano-san's smile disappears. It was easy after that. It didn't matter that there are two of them or that they have knives. Tano-san quickly knocks them unconscious. He does it so well that it makes me look stupid for being so desperate.
ごめん。これなら変な作戦立てる必要なんか全然なかったね。こんな弱いとは思わなかったんだ。まったく面目ない。
Tano-san looks really sorry and bows in apology.
いいんですよ。結果としてうまくいきましたから。
I'm taken aback because Tano-san's gallant figure is still engraved in my mind.
でもタクちゃんすごい勇気だね。見直しちゃったよ。
Was Tanomura actually testing Takuma? I can't get that out of my head. Out of the back of my head. I don't know.
そんな僕なんか結果的には何も。
More importantly, I'm worried about the girl. Well, thank God it kinda self-censored itself. She's lying there powerlessly, without moving at all. Her body's exposed, but she doesn't try to hide it. No, she can't. I get near her and see that her chest is moving up and down. She's breathing. She's alive. I'm relieved. Just until a moment ago, I couldn't imagine myself surviving and caring for her like this. It's not like I was of any use, but I'm proud that I did my best and witnessed the result where she's saved. I may really be able to change. The girl opens her eyes slightly and looks at me.
大丈夫。
I try to be cool and wrap my hand around her back to lift her in my arms, but something cold touches my hand. I look at it and see that white liquid is stuck to my hands. Her body is covered with the same thing, causing a bad smell. I actually think this might be a shorter episode than usual. Because, I don't know, like, Usually one scene is around 40 to 50 minutes. If I go now, it might be close to 2 hours rather than the typical 1 hour and 30 minutes I do. Also, the fact that I want to have more videos, you know, to save rather than anything. So it's not like I'm gonna stop playing. I'm gonna still play, but I'm gonna render this video and edit out the rape part, and then I'm gonna continue playing so that I can make this into a different episode. I'll probably make this episode short, and then the next one typical, you know, normal 1 hour 30 minutes. That was a pretty intense episode. I enjoyed that. The reason why I'm doing this, by the way, is because I'm trying to stockpile videos because I don't know when I might become addicted to PSO2 and not play Swan Song in a single day. That's why. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I'll see you guys in a bit, or in your case, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next episode. That was a pretty exciting episode, though. Not gonna lie. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.